Hi everyone, welcome back to the 100-Day Heal Your Inner Child series. We are on day 48th today, and I am Anisha Dutt, the healer and life coach. I've been working with clients from all over the world for the last decade. And today we're going to talk about radical self-approval. And I know I've talked about various versions of the same topic in different, ways, in different aspects. That's because we self-approval and self-love have been very important, vital themes when it comes to healing your inner child, right? When it comes to working with your inner child, because your inner child is is literally that child version of you within you, right? It needs a lot of care. It needs a lot of love, right? And attention. And it's not going to be easy for many of us who've been very harsh, who've been used to being very harsh with ourselves because not because you want to be, but that's because you've learned it from the environment around you, right? Who's asked you constantly to perform. And I've seen folks who whose parents also don't ask them to perform. Sometimes the parents are even more lenient than other folks, but they put pressure. The children, they pick up from the environment. They start putting pressure on themselves because they feel like their worthiness, their like the approval that they want can only come from working in a certain way by doing certain things. Otherwise, they're not worthy of their parents' love or attention. So you see, sometimes even if our parents are different, they have to work extra hard for us to not take in information from our environment. Because otherwise, when we are in a collective, we tend to feel that the collective is right. Because, like I said, our survival or used to biologically, evolutionarily depend on that, right? So we tend to again keep going into that collective thinking. And the collective thinking, of course, for many of us would have been like, we have to be a good girl, we have to be a good boy. For that, we need to get a good score, we need to go to a good college, we need to go to, we need to earn a certain amount, whatever is your belief, right? So, what happens is that when we start running after something, or when we are focused on the external, what happens is then internally, um, we stop respecting and approving of our own selves if we don't get that. So now our approval starts getting dependent on that. And God forbid if something doesn't happen in the external world, you start berating yourself. And then it's a vicious cycle, right? Then you can get a score of, say, whatever, 90, but you would still berate yourself that you still couldn't get 100. And there'll always be something that's unattainable, unachievable, and you'll keep running after that. And in the process, you will lose your own self. You see how vicious and poisonous it can get. Yeah. So today is all about practicing radical self-approval, and it sounds very easy, I know, but it can be very difficult. I've had clients who can't even look at themselves in the mirror for more than 10 seconds because they're not used to being kind to themselves. And you see, in this world, we've been people, religions, different aspects keep telling us to be kind to each other, be kind to your neighbor, like it said in the Bible. But what happens? What about kindness to our own selves? How can we be kind to others if we can't be kind to our own selves, right? So it's very important for us to learn this, and I know there have been layers of um, teachings, patterns, generational trauma, so many things, right? That could probably not allow you to be kind to yourself. Uh, but that's what we are here for. One step at a time. Be kind to yourself, even in the process of learning, right? Okay, so let's start. Um, Close your eyes, place your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your lower belly. And breathe in gently through your nose. Exhale slowly through your mouth. And just tell yourself, okay, I approve of the one who tries. I approve of the one who tries, the one who doubts, and the one who is still learning how to love. Okay? Let that breath soften the inner critic. Let your exhale carry away the weight of self judgment. Yeah? And let's start, okay? You can recite with me, okay? This harsh judgment of myself is my soul's love. This harsh judgment of myself is my soul's love. Looking at my looking at myself with the eyes of compassion is my soul's love. Looking at myself with the eyes of compassion is my soul's love. Needing others' approval to feel safe is my soul's love. Needing others' approval to feel safe is my soul's love. Choosing to anchor safety within is my soul's love. Choosing to anchor safety within is my soul's love. Rejecting parts of myself is my soul's love. Rejecting parts of myself is my soul's love. Being ready to welcome integration of different parts of me is my soul's love. Being ready to welcome the integration of different parts of me is my soul's love. My habit of self criticism is my soul's love. My habit of self criticism is my soul's love. Choosing softness instead of shame is my soul's love. Choosing softness instead of shame is my soul's love. Forgiving the parts of me I once hid is my soul's love. Forgiving the parts of me I once hid is my soul's love. Honoring every version of myself is my soul's love. Honoring every version of myself is my soul's love. Approving of who I am unconditionally is my soul's love. Approving of who I am is my soul's love. And just close your eyes and visualize the version of you who never felt enough. There is a part of you, right? There is a particular age, maybe a particular instance. Maybe it is the current version of you, right? Or the version of you from yesterday. Just imagine that who never felt enough. It could be the present day you as well, right? And just look at that version and say, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I love you. Thank you. And keep repeating this process, okay, with this version of you until your body begins to relax. Okay. And remember, when you're doing this exercise today, you're dissolving lifetimes of needing that external validation. Okay. Let's actually do some more uh, chanting because I feel like we can have some more. So, approving myself in every phase of becoming is my soul's love. Approving myself in every phase of becoming is my soul's love. Looking at my mistakes as my mirrors is my soul's love. Looking at my mistakes as my mirror is my soul's love. Being my own lover is my soul's love. Being, or you can say being worthy of being my lover, my own lover, is my soul's love, right? Because we expect so much from our partner, or our ideal partner, but we don't really expect that same level of standard from our own selves, right? Or sometimes it's the opposite. We expect so much that we keep feeling bad for ourselves for not reaching that level. Yeah. Every imperfection of mine is my soul's love. Every imperfection of mine is my soul's love. The courageous part of me is my soul's love. The courageous part of me is my soul's love. Just being and not performing is my soul's love. Just being and not performing is my soul's love. No longer seeking permission to shine is my soul's love. No longer seeking permission to shine is my soul's love. My self approval is my soul's love. My self approval is my soul's love. Perfect. With that, folks, we conclude today's exercise. I will see you all tomorrow on day, I think, 49th. See you. Signing off, Anisha. That's from Zara Healing.